Alright, y'all, it is main event time, and tonight it's going to be a rematch from the Burning Dollhouse Supercard with AJ Lee and Shotzi Blackheart once again joining forces in a non-title matchup with American Powers, Patty Powers, and Liberty Belle Danielle.
Tonight's Snarl main event is a non-title tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first the team of AJ Lee and Shotzi Blackheart.
American Powers, still Women's World Tag Champs, having beaten AJ and Shotzi at the recent Burning Dollhouse card. But both teams have still been sniping at each other back and forth, trading barbs and insults. And apparently AJ and Shotzi have picked up on Danielle Heathcote's comments regarding them recently.
American Powers wouldn't be where they are today if they weren't worth something. But there's just one big problem, and that would be Liberty Belle Big Mouth. You make lots of noise online, but you don't win matches with your mouth, and being a disrespectful little cow. Let's not pretend it isn't true, because the front office don't pull people in for nothing. Seems the only time Danielle Heathcote is quiet is when she's on the injured list. And since I'm desperately seeking silence, looks like me, and the distraction, Shotzi Blackheart are gonna have to make it quiet. Now, if Patty Powers wants to get in the way of that too, then she can join her partner on the bench for a few weeks. So, the only thing getting lit up tonight is American Powers.
Well, sir, if thumbs ain't fighting words, I don't know what constitutes fighting words.
Their opponents, accompanied by manager MJ Frontino. They are RWL Ladies Triple Crown Champions and the reigning RWL Women's World Tag Team Champions, Powerhouse Patty Powers and All-American Liberty Belle, Danielle Heathcote, American Powers. Oh, well, there goes any hope of Sylvia Strong being in a good mood tonight. Looks like, for whatever reason, Patty and Danielle have chosen Frontino as their manager. Damn, I was really hoping they would have chosen the Stronghold, but I guess they preferred Frontino's deal. Wonder what made them choose MJF.
Well, seems like American Powers always manages to draw some unfortunate enemies. AJ Lee and Patty Powers starting this one off. Man, MJ Ferrantino. Now managing American Powers, Tom Canamora rings the bell. Look at this, AJ Lee goes behind on Tom Canamora, slams his head into the turnbuckle. Patty Powers going to take advantage of that mistake. She should have been disqualified for that. AJ puts on the brakes. Patty Powers locks her up. AJ counters with elbows to the midsection. Backs Patty Powers off. Come on, Tom, get out of that corner. All right, here we go. AJ Lee with a backbreaker on Patty. And a little bit of arrogance, too. There's a kick to the chest. AJ misses with a stomp. Patty Powers locks her up. Has her up over the shoulder. Where's she going to go with it? Slams her down hard. A kick to the head from AJ Lee. Patty Powers locked up, whipped over the ropes out onto the apron. A right from Patty and a kick from AJ Lee that sends Patty out onto the floor. Matthew James Ferrantino with his new tag team. I do not believe. Wow. I swore Sylvia Strong was going to get them. Shotzi Blackheart comes in on the tag. Slams Patty Powers into the corner. Patty counters with an elbow. Patty Powers delivers a couple of rib breakers and tosses Shotzi Blackheart aside, kicks her in the back of the head. They lock up. Kick to the midsection from Shotzi and a facebuster. Oh, man. Patty wound up as Shotzi gets ready to throw the switch, snaps both arms. Shotzi Blackheart makes her way to the top turnbuckle. Patty Powers laid out near center. Big time cross body from Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi rounds up Patty Powers, locks her up, escorts her to her team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Patty. There's a chop across the chest from Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi yanking the arm of Patty Powers against the ropes. Shotzi moves in again. Look at this off the top rope. Beautiful Hurricane Rana on Shotzi Blackheart. Patty Powers caught center ring and has not gotten off the mat just yet as Shotzi Blackheart delivers a parting shot and tags in AJ Lee. Patty makes her way to the corner. Here comes Liberty Bell Danielle. And her and AJ Lee definitely don't get along. Kick to the midsection from AJ Lee. They lock up. Whip to the corner. AJ misses with the kick. Danielle locks her up for a belly-to-belly suplex and a kick to the chest. Liberty Bell Danielle makes her way to the top turnbuckle. And here we go. Big time leg drop right across the throat of AJ Lee. Danielle nails her with a flip over neck whip. Follows it up with a stomp to the leg. Danielle decides to go for a pin here. One. But only just a one. I think that was personal between them. Danielle rounds up AJ Lee. AJ counters with elbows to the midsection of Danielle. They lock up again. Slam down. Face first into the canvas goes Danielle. AJ Lee follows it up with a knee to the head. Beats it out of town, and here comes Shotzi Blackheart on the tag. Danielle locks up with Shotzi. A knee to the head from Shotzi Blackheart. A stomp to the leg. Here comes Patty Powers on the hot tag. Powerhouse Patty catches the kick. Look at this, a little bit of double team, a little bit of collusion as both members of American Powers go off on Shotzi Blackheart. Patty Powers assumes control again. Oh man, gut wrench suplex from Patty. They lock up. Shotzi driven headfirst into the turnbuckle, a hard right from Patty. Patty's backing it up, warming up the arm. Here it comes, big time clothesline to Shotzi Blackheart, and down she goes like a chop down Sequoia. Patty rebounds off the ropes, big time crossbody splash from Powerhouse Patty Powers. Patty makes her way to the top turnbuckle again, and off she goes, elbow drop across the chest of Shotzi Blackheart. Patty covers, hooks the leg, 1, 2, about a 2.3. And it's getting closer. Another near fall. In this non-title tag team main event, Patty spins her around with a hard right, goes behind, tries for the full Nelson bomb, but winds up catching a reverse jawjacker from Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi locks up Patty. Side suplex from Shotzi Blackheart, who takes herself out of the equation, and here comes AJ Lee on the tag. Patty Powers right back up on her feet. And here we go. Hard right spins Patty around. AJ Lee goes behind, rakes the back of Patty Powers with the nails. Patty locks her up. Has her up in the front cradle, delivers a couple of more rib breakers, and tosses her towards the American Powers corner. MJ Ferrantino definitely approving of what he sees here. What an acquisition for the Ferrantino stable, huh? Patty drives a knee into the back of AJ Lee, decides to start stretching the vertebrae of Mrs. CM Punk. There's a stomp right to the back, keeping her pinned. Patty Powers doing a little bit of showing off. There's a stomp to the back. Patty gathers up AJ Lee. AJ Lee counters with a kick to the midsection, locks up Patty Powers, a gouge of the eyes. A hard right takes Patty Powers down. AJ Lee decides she's going to get out of here and turn it over to Shotzi. Patty Powers still laid out as Shotzi moves in. Shotzi with a stomp to the arm of Patty Powers. Liked it so much he's going to do it again. And for a third time of asking, Patty Powers' arm starting to take a serious beating here at the hands of Shotzi Blackheart. A drop kick to the back of the head from Shotzi. Patty Powers catching a couple of wrist clutch kicks from Shotzi Blackheart. Quickly making her way to the top turnbuckle here. And here we go, big time double knees into the midsection of Shotzi Blackheart. She did not see that one coming. Patty with a right and a left and a hard left to the midsection that takes Shotzi Blackheart down, followed up with a stomp to the arm in retaliation. A little bit of payback. Here's your receipt, honey. Patty Powers escorts Shotzi to the corner, head first into the turnbuckle, a hard right. Turns her around in the corner. Powerhouse Patty rounds her up, drops her head first into the turnbuckle, takes herself out, and here comes Liberty Bell Danielle with Shotzi Blackheart laid out center ring. A stomp to the leg. They turn it over. And now into a leg lock on Shotzi Blackheart. AJ Lee coming to the rescue here and saving the match for her team. Out she goes. Over the top rope goes AJ Lee as Shotzi Blackheart sets up a pendulum DDT on Danielle. Follows it up with a stomp to the arm. Shotzi Blackheart making her way to the top turnbuckle here as Patty Powers Deals with AJ Lee on the outside. Now that one's gotten crazy. Look at this. Powerhouse Patty's got her all the way up. AJ Lee about to get dropped. Shotzi going for a cover on Danielle. 1, 2. Well met. Well, Danielle's not going to give up that easy. A stomp to the midsection from Shotzi Blackheart. An elbow to the midsection from Danielle. And again off camera, Patty Powers and AJ Lee mixing it up. But in the ring, it's Danielle at the moment. Gets a hold of Shotzi Blackheart. Grabs the leg, tries for the suplex, but winds up in a roll-up pin. Only one. AJ Lee back at her corner. MJ Ferrantino starting to look a little bit concerned here. As Shotzi takes herself off the second rope, a Hurricane Rana to Danielle. Danielle Heathcote rounded up by Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi escorts her to the corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Tags in AJ Lee. Here comes a double team. Danielle whip to the ropes. Double shoulder tackle as AJ Lee takes over for her team. AJ Lee with a kick. And a running kick to the head of Danielle. Takes her face down to the canvas center ring. AJ Lee quickly going for a cover. 1, 2. Patty Powers right there to save the day. AJ Lee whips Patty out onto the floor. Returns her attention back to Liberty Bell Danielle. AJ Lee may be smelling blood in the water here, but Danielle counters with a jaw jacker, locks her up, goes behind. German release suplex on AJ Lee. Danielle Heathcote winds up the arm on Shotzi Blackheart. AJ Lee snaps the arm. Oh, man. Danielle setting up a very painful stretch, but takes the whole back and just stretches it. Danielle winds up the arm, snaps it on AJ Lee. Turns AJ Lee over. And once again, another leg lock as referee Tom Canamora monitors AJ Lee to see if she's going to tap out. Patty Powers steps in for a moment, thinking she might have to interfere, but no. Hard right to the back of the head of AJ Lee. Quickly taken down by Danielle. Classic wrestling takedown. A knee to the head from Liberty Bell Danielle. Danielle rounds her up again, locks her up. Nice suplex from Danielle. She steps out. Here comes Patty Powers again. MJ Ferrantino watching the whole thing carefully. His first match as their manager. He's definitely watching this one. Hard shots from Patty Powers. A hard shot to the midsection takes AJ Lee down, followed up with a stomp. AJ Lee puts on the brakes, turns it into a dragon screw on Patty. Patty Powers rounded up again. Patty counters AJ Lee. AJ Lee counters Patty. Patty with a slap to the face. AJ Lee counters with a kick. Shoves Patty down to the canvas and decides to beat it out of town. And here comes Shotzi Blackheart again on the tag. This one's been fast and furious, no kidding. Shotzi Blackheart again going to work on the arms of Patty Powers. Turns her over, delivers a kick to the lower back. Shotzi relentlessly working on the arms and back of Patty Powers. Shotzi Blackheart makes her way to the far corner as Patty gets back up on her feet. Top turnbuckle. Well, that did not work out. High-risk maneuver backfired. Shotzi Blackheart being escorted to the American Powers corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. She goes hard right from Patty. Patty backing it up again, warming up the arm for the clothesline. Boom! Right across the throat of Shotzi Blackheart. Followed up with a big-time flash from Patty. Patty Powers says, "You're going to try to take my arms away. I'm going to try to take yours away too." Shotzi Blackheart once again escorted to the AP corner. Here comes Liberty Bell Danielle on the tag. Here comes a double team from AP as Shotzi Blackheart is catapulted over into a back body drop. Stomp to the face from Danielle Heathcote. Shotzi stuck center ring and into the crossface. This could be it right here. Nope. AJ Lee right there to spoil the party as Patty watches as Danielle goes for a pin, but it's no good. She's going to go for it a second time. 1, 2. Oh, man. Another near fall. Shotzi Blackheart powering out of the pin. Flip over neck whip from Danielle. Danielle Heathcote takes herself up to the middle rope. Misses with the driving knee. Shotzi back up on her feet. Tags Danielle with a right, whips her to her team's corner. Danielle counters, finds her way out of the corner. Spinning punch, discus punch, takes down Shotzi Blackheart. Patty Powers comes in on the tag, and here comes AJ Lee. Fresh partners all the way around here. Patty charges, misses with the clothesline. AJ Lee with a kick to the midsection, and a couple of chops across the chest as well. A slap across the face, a hard right, a hard left, a hard right that spins Patty around. She goes behind, takes down Patty Powers with a helicopter spin. Well, to their credit, Shotzi and AJ Lee have not done too badly for themselves so far. A stomp to the arm of Patty Powers. Again, both teams working very efficiently. And AJ Lee picking up where Shotzi left off, working on the arms of Patty Powers. Look at this. A foot on the throat of Powerhouse Patty. A little bit of arrogance there from AJ Lee. AJ Lee makes her way to the middle rope. Crossbody splash on Patty. Patty Powers rounded up again. AJ Lee has her up over the shoulders, but no. Chop block to the back of the knee of AJ Lee as Patty Powers tags in Liberty Bell Danielle. And man, this match has been nuts. They lock up. Danielle escorted to the ropes by AJ Lee. AJ using the top rope to choke Danielle. Oh man, this one's crazy. Danielle draped on the middle rope as AJ Lee drives all of her weight into Danielle's back. AJ Lee rounds up Danielle. Has her up, and here it is, the Black Widow, that modified octopus stretch. Patty Powers shows up. Tom Kennemore checking things out. Patty watching carefully. Danielle finds her way out, slams her down with a sidewalk slam. Patty decides to beat it out of town. Danielle rounds up AJ Lee, a couple of chops. AJ Lee against the ropes, counters with an elbow, a slap across the face, a kick to the side, and another running kick that takes Danielle down to the canvas. AJ Lee again going for the pin. 1, 2. Only 2. AJ Lee starting to get a little bit frustrated here. And why not? This match has gone on for quite some time already. Still no sign of a win, no sign of a pin, and no sign of a submission. Danielle with a double shot drives AJ Lee into the corner. Drives her head into the turnbuckle. Danielle takes herself up to the middle rope. Choking AJ Lee with a reverse dragon sleeper on the middle rope. Just drops her like a bad habit. Comes on down herself quickly, going for the cover. 1, 2. Another near fall as AJ Lee kicks out at 2. Here comes Shotzi Blackheart. Danielle locks up with Shotzi. Hey, counters the side suplex just by shifting her weight. Danielle Heathcote steps out. Here comes Patty Powers. Shotzi back up on her feet. Patty locks her up, delivers a knee to the midsection. Sets up Shotzi. Drives a knee right into the head. Patty once again going for the cover here. 1, 2. Another 2 count with Shotzi finding her way out of danger. Here comes Liberty Bell Danielle again. Shotzi Blackheart laid out face down. Danielle rounds her up. Locks her up. Escorts her to the corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. Goes Shotzi. And again, Danielle takes herself up to the middle rope. Another reverse dragon sleeper. Trying to deprive Shotzi Blackheart of air. Danielle comes on down. And well, look at this. Gonna try for something new too. All the way up on the top turnbuckle yet again. And boom, misses with the leg drop. Oh man, Shotzi Blackheart. And to capitalize on that mistake, delivers a kick to the leg of Danielle. Takes herself down into a heel hook stretch on Liberty Bell Danielle. And Danielle's definitely not having a good time right there. Shotzi Blackheart shoved away by Liberty Bell Danielle, quickly back up on her feet. And she is dragging Shotzi Blackheart toward center. A stomp to the leg. Danielle Heathcote gets a hold of Shotzi Blackheart, gets a hold of the leg, and whoa! Little small package suplex right there. Shotzi Blackheart again being dragged towards center by Liberty Bell Danielle, who goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, but only a one. A little too close to the corner of the opposing team. Patty Powers whipped to the outside by AJ Lee. Shotzi Blackheart catches a kick to the back of the head. Danielle. Oh, look at this. AJ Lee on the outside with Patty Powers. Slams her down to the floor. Shotzi nails Danielle with a suplex. Shotzi with an arm snap on Danielle, turns it into an arm bar. And meanwhile, again, AJ Lee and Patty Powers mixing it up on the outside of our camera range. Shotzi Blackheart takes herself to the top turnbuckle in her corner. A senton right across the midsection of Danielle. Shotzi covers. 1, 2. But again, only a 2. AJ Lee finally decides to take herself back to her corner. Shotzi Blackheart rounds up Danielle. Danielle counters the discus punch. Shotzi Blackheart gets a hold of Danielle, slams her head into the turnbuckle in her team's corner. Shotzi. What's she gonna do here? Look at this Dudley dog. We haven't seen that in a long time. Danielle. Rounded up by Shotzi again. Locks her up. And she's calling for it. There's a DDT. Right out of the Jake the Snake Roberts playbook right there. Shotzi Blackheart rounds up Danielle. 1.5 minutes left to go. We might see a time limit draw here. Shotzi yanking the arm of Danielle against the ropes. A spinning discus punch that doesn't quite find the mark. A jawjacker that sends Danielle down to the canvas. Shotzi rounds her up again. Another hard whip to the far corner. Danielle counters and escapes the corner. Shotzi counters with a kick. Locks up Danielle. Sets her up, and there's that pendulum DDT again. As Shotzi tags out, and here comes AJ Lee. Liberty Bell Danielle in some trouble here as AJ Lee starts smelling blood in the water. And here we go again, the Black Widow, the modified octopus stretch. Here comes Patty. Whoa! Oh, man, wait a second now. The bell's been rung. What the heck? Oh, man, something well. Shotzi and AJ Lee have won this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tom Kanemura has disqualified American Powers. Your winners by disqualification, AJ Lee and Shotzi Blackheart.
Wow, what a hot mess of an ending. Technically, AJ Lee had Danielle in a spot, and that should have ended the thing. But Patty Powers clearly, by mistake, gave referee Tom Kanemura an accidental poke in the chops. And I guess the official had just had enough participation in this match, calling for a DQ, awarding the match to AJ Lee and Shotzi. American Powers, caught in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation here, and this match finish is certain to just exacerbate the tensions between the two teams. What an inauspicious beginning for MJ Ferrantino as American Powers manager. Oh, believe you me, this is definitely not over.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely say this is definitely far from over, guys.
And what a messed up place to have to leave things this week, but we're all out of time. Fans, as always, we thank all of you for watching and supporting our WL Wrestling, and we love you for it. Okay, next our WL Wrestling card will be Monday night, July 21st, when our WL Rage will return with Don Hickson, Christy Ogilvie, and Myron Schimmelman. For Tex, Johnny, and yours truly, this is Wally Cardell saying thanks, good night, and be safe.